nobody does petty quite like New York.
Because why move on peacefully when you can spiral publicly?
Welcome to reality in 5D,
where the rent is criminal.
and the brunches are hostile.
Let's
Spill. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I thought this was going to be the end of In the City. I thought this was like, I mean, because it's like a Watch What Happens Live reunion.
My
They-
expectations were low.
Yeah, they sure did squeeze 2 parts out of this, did they not?
But, like, why didn't we give them, like, a proper reunion then if this was the case? If they were going to
I
get 2 parts?
know. I feel like they weren't going to give him a reunion at all, and Andy Cohen was probably like, I'll just do Watch What Happens Live because people are going to be pissed. Because they didn't give us a reunion for, like, Ladies of London. What else? There was something else we didn't get a reunion for
Yeah.
recently.
But Watch What Happens Live, like, what qualifies? What's the difference? I don't know what qualifies it to be Watch What Happens Live worthy versus, like,
wonder-
reunion worthy.
I think ratings.
That's what I was thinking, but you think people tuned into In the City just because they came from Summer House?
For the most part.
So they're kind of riding off those coattails.
And it's new, so it's going to take a little bit of time to generate a bigger audience. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think if anything, they were lucky they came off of Summer House and having that level of a platform for 10 years to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could see that.
And it was hard not to blur the lines, especially because we had the whole scamanda of it all,
Ugh.
you know?
For so long.
Yeah,
And then
it's
we had to
dragged
endure,
on and
like,
on and
the,
on
like,
and on.
yeah. And then we had to endure, like, before the whole scandal of it all. So it was, like, her lying and
She's
while it
still
was going
lying.
on. I know. Which is, I was so over it for the longest time. I hope I never have to hear about it again.
Well, at least she did her own hair and makeup and didn't have that god-awful bun. Which, honestly, I thought she did her own hair and makeup when she had that god-awful bun.
Who's to say that she didn't?
Did you see everyone comparing her bun to who's the World Cup?
Holland.
Yeah, literally compared her bun to his and he wore it better.
Oh my god.
For
that's
sure.
Hilarious. She should be so lucky to be compared to him.
Right.
She's the one that put that out there. Or the stylist. Like, don't associate me with Amanda.
See, I got it somewhere. Yeah.
I love it.
I caught Andy clock that shady question about Gavin's spike in business because you know he probably got a cut of that, putting Gavin's business on the show. We know how that goes. I'm sure there was no Bethany clause. I'm sure they got the Bravo cut.
Oh. Yeah, because he said people are coming in the door now.
Mm-hmm.
That Bravo cut. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
And you know, the second they started talking about Amanda and West, I was like, why? He doesn't even go here.
I know.
I'm like, why do we have to hear a word about this?
He doesn't even go here.
And her reaction is to shut down. No, I'm sorry, Whitney. Maybe to go to bed. Was that her shutting down? Other than that, she was bitching and fighting and moaning and complaining with Kyle.
Yeah.
I've never seen her just
She doesn't shut down when it's about Kyle. She loves to bring up all his skeletons and dirty laundry.
Unless she's had a beta blocker.
Yeah. No, but it's when she gets asked the questions that she shuts down.
I was proud of Danielle when Danielle looked at her and said, I was disappointed in you. And she did take it. Amanda did take it.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, I was disappointed in you ruining your life, like friends' lives, people's relationships, doubling down on it and still being in a relationship with him. I was like, oh.
Amanda, I bet that really hurt her just because Amanda said the same thing to Danielle when Danielle was dating that Owen guy.
She's still with them. Yeah.
Remember, she was like, they even confronted her about it. And she was like, I heard you were saying like you were disappointed. And she's like, well, I am. And so to hear that come from the same thing, like come full circle.
Oh, you think that was calculated on purpose? That's so Danielle coded.
And that's why she said, I'm just disappointed because Amanda's exact words. It was like I have tasted my own medicine and it is bitter.
Yes. choke on that medicine, Amanda.
Exactly. You judged, and now we can judge you.
And only to twist the knife, Gavin saying, when Andy asked if Amanda and West were to come in his bar, he was like, cut it off. Kick him out. That's what I got off of it anyway. Kick it out. The whole situation, the whole mess. I hope and I pray after part 2 that we don't have to hear about this shit
What
anymore.
shit? Amanda and
Yeah.
Kyle, yeah.
Like, I really don't care. She also said, though, that they've never said I love you. Did you hear that?
Yeah, she says a lot of shit. I don't listen because it's all lies.
It's weird.
She just wants us to think a certain way.
You've never said I love you, never have, but you are getting things from West that you were lacking in Kyle. I don't feel like we even got a real explanation of that. I don't know what would that be. They were basically the same version. West was just a younger version. Like,
for her to say she didn't feel Kyle was supportive, I feel that Kyle could have taken that whole situation and had every right to get mean and nasty and upset, and like he for the most part really didn't. You know what I mean? He paid for her to like have her own apartment. Like most people would not be cool with any of that. They would have just divorced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like he's always tried to like be there and make it work or do the counseling or pay for her and support her. So for her to say he wasn't supportive when she literally does nothing for him.
Didn't he even say he's still helping her?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, what is she doing ever for him besides always dogging him, always trying to publicly shame him? It's like she does that and thinks that she is gonna look better somehow.
Her side comments too about how, oh, they're evolved, they get along now, they can laugh and joke about his side pieces now. Well, I guess they're not side pieces. I know, I felt like it was a dig when she said that,
Yeah.
right? Because she was like, oh, look at you kissing Megan King on your tippy toes, first of all, laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, okay, look, you are in a really sweet spot right now. Like, no one liked you before the Amanda West of it all. Take this moment and stop fucking around with Bravo celebrities.
Yes.
Find someone outside of this world, because, I mean, like, Sally Carson has ran through how many people on Southern Charm, or at least tried and openly tried. And then, like, Megan King, like, get out of this world.
I don't know. It's not just him, though. Honestly, like, Bravo has an issue with that. It's like incest.
It is.
A Bravo in what am I saying here? Incest.
Yeah. Bravcest.
A Bravcest.
Are we trying to make that happen?
Yeah,
we'll play around with that. Ew, we're gonna play around with Bravo-cest.
No. Oh, but that sounded better.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle divulging that he's now had sober sex, that is a whole can of worms to itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are we his therapist? Doesn't it feel like that as a viewer? I'm like, ooh, I need to be like, what? So, I mean, they were married 10 years.
10 years.
And they never had sex sober.
And I doubt West is having sober sex with her. He's always wasted.
Always. He's worse than Kyle.
So I know that was a stab. She felt that one like, ooh. She took some hits. That's crazy. Well, you know what? I don't need to hear any of those little details, but like, I hope they move on and just like, for the sake of all of us, like, leave us out of it.
Yeah, and I don't ever want to hear Andy Cohen ask Kyle about his ass ever again.
I don't want to see Amanda back. I'm sorry. It's like triggering to see her. And she has like, I hope she just like takes this time for like herself and like gets her mental health together. But I feel like she is just as much of a like fame chaser as they claimed Whitney is.
Oh, so you think she'll be back?
Yeah. I think that's why do you think she came to the reunions? Anyone with any
I think she had to get the other half of her paycheck.
That's what I'm saying. Anyone with any level of self-respect would not have shown up to that bashing, but she wanted that coin. She wanted that attention. She wanted that camera time.
You're right, because she didn't come to defend herself, because she took a beta blocker and sat there with her eyes on the floor the entire time.
Made excuses like, I just shut down. No, we know. We've seen you on Summer House when Kyle and you started to get into it, and you're like, and Kyle wanted answers and would like ask you things, and you're like, we'll talk about this at home. We'll talk in the car, or we'll talk about this later. That was your way of not letting the cameras see how you really act behind closed doors.
And we can't
We
stand.
know you gave him a lashing.
We cannot stand when you control the narrative for us as a viewer either. So
I know a fake bitch when I see one.
that's right. Soundbite of the night. Oh my god. We have to move on from them. Let's
Yes, I'm sorry. Trigger warnings.
let's throw the dirt and bury it, because I am so over the two of them. Lindsay, she looked great in that yellow.
Yeah, she always looks great.
She was giving, still going strong with the milkman, who completely lost me when I found out he dated Kelly Dodd.
Dad.
I am so grossed out.
Oh, I was gonna say it's better than the Bravo celebrities, but it's the same. It's
I mean,
all
he dated Kelly Dodd.
man.
But she's an awful Bravo celebrity. I wouldn't even think she could keep the title.
We need to put them all on an island, like a Love Island.
Ew, well, they tried that, right? What was that, Love Hotel?
Yeah, but we need to like quarantine them at this point. Like I feel like everyone is. Oh,
Ew,
the
yeah.
family tree branches are shortening.
I hope they're using protection. Danielle refusing to comment on Lindsay's relationship is like the smartest thing she's done on television since she's been on television. I clocked that. That was hilarious.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they were like,
Ow.
I'm sorry. It was like, Danielle, how do you feel about Lindsay and the milkman? She's like, I refuse to comment on any of Lindsay's relationships. I was like, oh, everyone, like even Lindsay lost it.
Also, how shady though. That was such a baited question.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing.
Totally.
You were trying to start a fight right then.
He set her up for sure.
Uh,
I am.
She was smart. She clocked that right away. That was seamless. Ooh, nicely done, Danielle. Nicely done.
And that's what I love. Like, it may be a season one, and you can feel a clear divide between a rookie and a veteran, right? Kenny and Whitney will address you later.
Yeah.
You can feel a rookie move, and then you can see people who have done this for 10 plus years, and they know how to navigate the conversation of a reunion.
She did that nicely though, because I would have been like, I don't know, Andy, what do you think about the matter? Like, what? Why would you ask?
That's the difference in Lindsay and Danielle. Lindsay would say that to Andy.
She has an Aries moon, just like me.
Right, exactly.
And I think she's a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Scorpio sun. So we have that.
I have a Scorpio rising, so that's why I get her too.
Strong, confident, like energy about us. So it triggers people or it fascinates people. It's like either one, but never in between.
You know, we watch so many of these shows, right? And it's so easy to be very triggered by a scenario. And then we watch another one of our shows. And then, like, I forget that until the next week when our show comes back on. It's like another chapter, you know? Mm-hmm. But when Andy brought up that mom card conversation, oh, it brought me back to that day. That still pisses me off. Right. Like, for her to have the nerve.
Well, honestly, she didn't need an excuse to claim the room. She could have just said, hey, we're claiming the room. We already got here our first serve. Like, she is hosting it. If she didn't, honestly,
whoever said that
she
Kenny
didn't need an excuse.
She didn't. And for whoever said that Kenny co-hosted the event and should have conversated with Lindsay first, 100%.
Yes.
That is his fault.
When he said it was my fault,
yes,
you're
it was.
Absolutely right.
Whether that was being a smartass or not, because you're a Libra. I see you. Mm-hmm. It was your fault.
Yes.
But Whitney, for you to be like, I regret the term that I used, and I'm sorry again, and I respect you both as single mothers. I'm sorry you took it that way.
Yes.
I'm sorry you took it that way.
When she doubled down. When her and, I wanted to say Georgina.
I clocked Georgina's eyes when she said that, and Georgina's eyes were like, bitch, I'm going to get you right here in just a second. And I couldn't wait. But Lindsay got her moment first, right? And Lindsay was like, it made me sick the nanny comment.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay divulges that she had cried for like 6 months over that because she has a nanny because she has to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you kidding? And then Georgina goes in and calls Kenny out for not having that conversation with Lindsay and how she was not buying the apology because she doubled down on everything that she said and the way that she said it. And I think that she saw how it was received and watched it back and realized that she needed to do damage control but wasn't sorry.
Mm-hmm. She just didn't like Lindsay. She was intimidated by Lindsay, or she just, I don't know, triggered by Lindsay. I told you, I feel like it's the Aries moon. We trigger people.
And I appreciated the shady question, Andy, when you said, Whitney, can you give any other examples of Lindsay using a mom card? And Whitney immediately is like, again, I misspoke. It was about entitlement. And then Kenny like jumping in and being like, it's about entitlement. Like they keep looking at each other too. Did you clock that? Like they're helping each other navigate their way through this and what they can and can't say. That's how I know Kenny is produced. Kenny overproduces his narrative, and that's what I don't like about him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I don't like about a lot of Libras in reality television. Like, you need to have a different kind of moon and rising setup. Like, I feel like to be able to do this. You know what I mean?
I want to like Kenny. I really do. There's some moments that I do really like him, and I agree with him. And sometimes, like when he was talking to Lindsay, and she immediately goes in, and he's like, "Oh, it sounds like you hate all men," or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I mean, that's fair. You know, she came out of some bad relationships, and
She's had a good reason.
yeah, and she's dealing with her own issues right now. So I get it. It's easy. And honestly, I do feel like that whole situation with Whitney and like her talking about her moving across the country without a ring, and she didn't even know her, and she was just meeting him. I think, and she says that she was being a girl's girl, and I do believe she is a girl's girl ultimately. But I also think that she was projecting a lot of her anger and frustration with her own personal issues with men onto Kenny, disguised as being a girl's girl, or
So
being there for this girl that she didn't even know.
So you
or their
don't
situation.
think Lindsay was taking up for Whitney in the beginning?
I don't. I think, I mean, to an extent, I think she thought that she could disguise it as that, but I think a lot of it was just a reason to project her issues.
You can clock Kenny's arrogance when he walks in the room, and I think that just does not sit well with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I would have an issue with him. I wouldn't pay him any attention. You know what I mean? But I think that's easier said than done for some people.
Agreed.
Which brings me to the question, do you think Kenny is a narcissist?
I mean, I could see it. He's got my
Whitney
biggest
can't.
Yeah, no, but she made a tutorial for toast.
I mean, as
how to make toast tutorial.
God bless. And I mean that. I mean that.
I made one of those too in like 4th grade.
Well,
how to.
I feel like that's probably her reading level. So
Listen, my biggest issue with Kenny is the fact that he tries to control the narrative and how we see him. When he lets his guard down and can be like for real, like, okay, I understand, I agree, we're there. But then he has to like, the whole thing with his dad, I'm sorry.
fake.
When Andy was like, how fast and mind-blowing.
How mind-blowing how it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, it was mind-blowing.
We didn't call him out for that being like sketch or sus. Like,
well, because Andy's trying to now produce that narrative, and no one is buying that bullshit. Trust me, I read the blogs. I'm in the tea. I got people spilling the tea. I don't think anyone is buying that narrative. I think that they think maybe there was some level of separation, but I think they connected before the show and then realized how sweet that narrative would be. Because let's face it, he didn't go into this realizing that him and Whitney's shit relationship was going to be the narrative. Mm-hmm. And they fought really hard to try to push it away from that. He went into
shit
here.
Relationships in general was the narrative of this season.
Yeah.
It was Kyle and
whether
Amanda.
Whether you want to control it or not, Kenny, you don't have a say. Mm-hmm. You're right. Amanda and Wes, like all of these situations.
Kenny and Whitney.
Yvonne and what's her and Drew, or what's his name? Did I call him Drew? Is that wrong?
I have no
Yvonne and Nick's several weddings and the one wasn't real, like all this shit, right?
Yeah.
You don't control the narrative, Kenny.
But outside Amanda and Kyle's drama, I feel like there were a lot of cast members and a lot of people I did like and want to see more of their life, but it was like getting to know Kenny, or Kenny rekindling with his father, or Kenny defending his relationship, or Kenny trying to act like his relationship was perfect. Like, why was it so focused? And he was like controlling that narrative of what we saw and how we were supposed to feel about him. And I didn't like that. Like, it was too much. How you, like, this girl's moving across and you want to be like the spark, and like, I don't need to know these things about your brand new relationship.
It clocked with me, right? It all clocked when they said she was on The Bachelor. I never watched that shit. I don't give two fucks.
Never known.
How many fucks do I give about The Bachelor? 0, 0,
None.
0.
Not one.
Yeah, thank you. We love a Courtney pop-in with the song. Like, yeah, that is so perfect.
0, 0, 0. Done.
Yes, Erica. Do you think she's here for the fame?
Yes.
When Georgina said she wished that was the case, that she didn't believe that, but she really wished it was, that says a lot about how they really view Kenny as a person.
Ooh.
And when Kenny made the comment that he's upset that he had to defend, okay, well, don't.
Do we think Kenny's here for the fame?
Yeah.
Just as much as she is.
Exactly.
Their relationship is like a contractual agreement.
Exactly, because if their relationship were real, you wouldn't need to defend. People can say whatever the fuck they want to about you and your relationship. Who cares? What people say behind your back is just that. And maybe you're not cut out for reality television if you're going to be so caught up in what people are saying, because you're only on one season and the blogs already can't stand your guts. So good luck.
Yeah, or good riddance. That's why, like, Gavin is climbing the ladder of, like, my favoritism over here, because I couldn't stand him at the beginning. Now, I really like Gavin. I think he's necessary for the show. And I think everything he said has been truthful and has had a point. Like, when he called them boring, it was because he could smell the bullshit that they were given.
Yeah.
And them being like, oh, our relationship is so perfect. Like, no, it's not. And how delusional are you?
No one's gonna
tell us that, or if you truly think that, because talk to me after your first argument or fight or like disagreement, or like, let's see how you resolve your conflicts together. Not like when you're in your best era. Get out of here.
And your best era is already
that's boring.
Murky.
Yeah. Or there's no spark.
Amen.
Yeah.
Before we spill any more tea, let's talk comfort.
And when we say comfort, we mean comfort. The only thing softer than some housewives' apologies.
Whether you're binge watching Bravo, running errands, or recovering from a reunion level argument, comfort has you covered.
Literally. The hoodies are cozy, the sets are chic, and honestly, we never want to take them off.
If you're looking to upgrade your lounge game, shop our link, comfort.com/HAUSOFGLAMLLC.
That's comfort.com/House of Glam LLC. Trust us, your couch has never looked so glamorous.
Stay comfy.
Stay cozy.
And keep sipping that tea. I have to say, Gavin is giving like Lisa Rinna in male form.
Oh my God, did we check his birthday?
We didn't. We need to know. He's literally
failed.
Yeah, we knew all of it in the beginning. We just need to keep our notes pulled up.
I feel like he's a Cancer. I want to say Cancer. I'm getting Cancer.
I mean, he says what needs to be said.
It does.
And it's honestly like he's been the messy queen on several of our episodes, but he's never been a liar.
And he's never been wrong.
The delivery may be messy, but a lot of times what makes the best TV, right? Mm-hmm. You love to hate Rinna and you run her off the show and then you're like, why is it so dry? Like, you need that level of a pot stirrer.
He also has that level of friendship with all of the characters, so in that dynamic, so he can call them on this bullshit and he can let us know these like things about them and like that we don't get to see and we don't hear them talk about, because you only present your best self to other people. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to show case like anything else, but like Gavin knows these secrets.
Yep.
He works the bar that everybody gets drunk and reveals their true personalities at. Why did we not think to trust Gavin more?
Well, listen, Gavin, we're listening. You stick around, bitch. Let's play a little game of Keep It Cute or Put It on Mute. Keep It Cute or Put It on Mute. A gaslit apology.
As always, mute.
I'm sorry you took it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You are.
Keep it cute or put it on mute. A see-through dress.
Are you talking about Yvonne?
God, like she's like 9 months pregnant, and I am not shaming anybody, but I wonder if she even knew. The color's terrible.
It was like an olive green. It wasn't terrible.
Maybe it was terrible on her that I just, when I saw it, I was
They
like...
have a theme, though? You know how most of them have a theme? Or is that just Housewives?
I know, I feel like there's usually a theme, but that was given thrown together for Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to mute the dress for you, because I'm like, I couldn't.
And the fact that no one told her either.
Keep it cute or put it on mute. Gavin's pot stirring. Well, we just talked about that. Yeah, that's so necessary.
Keep it cute and keep it going. Spill the tea, hunty. Spill the tea.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
As a girl.
Oh, okay.
Are the girls being friends or are they being minions? And can you explain the difference?
Well, we know a minion is like a mindless, like, yeah, I see. I can see some both. The fact that they all rush in. I mean, even when they asked Kenny that question, and before he could answer, Lindsay spoke. And when Lindsay spoke, then Georgina spoke. And they kept being like, let him finish, let him answer. And then Yvonne was speaking up. So it was all three of them kind of ganging up on him.
But they were all equally offended.
But in the bar, they did that same thing to him initially. Remember when he was like, I feel like you're all ganging up on me? And it was all of them. And they were. So I can see why he says that. I can see why that is his own personal experience. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not saying either way because it's not happening to me. Now, do I think that they go around like being mean to whoever is not Danielle or oh shit, that was a Freudian slip. Lindsay's friend. I wonder how they treated Danielle. How did they treat Danielle when Lindsay wasn't with her? Did they talk to her? Did they associate?
Good question.
They
and maybe that's why she jumped in on that too.
And they stood by Lindsay. So these are the reasons. And even Amanda was like, well, maybe not all of you speak up when there's being a question addressed to one person.
Oh God, her face would light up if she knew that you quoted her, just like it did when what's his name said it.
She was like, praise, approval.
I hear you, I do, but here's my thing. Like, right, I'm a ride or die friend, right? So like if you fuck with one of mine, you're fucking with me. And like, I mean, I'm much nicer now.
Yeah.
But there was a time, like, if you came for one of my friends and my friend was like, we were the ones they called, right? So, like, I've seen people put football helmets through windshields and stood right there with them. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, like, on what level is that not them being a ride or die friend? And that's why I ask, like, what's the difference in them being a minion and being a really good friend?
Also, minion was used by Nick, Yvonne's husband. Let's not forget that piece of information. Because although Kenny said Lindsay has her girls, he did not say minions. And minions is different than girls or like your girlfriend group, which is what he had already experienced as a group attacking or like,
It's been used so many times now to advertise the new Minion movie too, because NBC, Peacock, they all own part of that. Do you feel like that was a plant? Do you feel like production planted that, and this was a reason we went and ran with it?
And the Minions movie is out right now.
And now they've done Minions commercials with the girls and like all these things. Like it was like almost like right in front of our face, a stab.
Maybe because I thought it was interesting that Kenny did take the rap for that, and he apologized.
He apologized.
He did. He was big enough to be like, at the situation, I didn't mean it in any kind of harmful way like that, or like as in they didn't have brains or couldn't think for themselves, because that went to the extreme. Which is when you hear minion, you tend to think like that, like the mindless, I'll do whatever my boss says kind of thing, and Nick was really the one that put that word out there, paraphrasing what he thought.
And he gives
Kenny was saying. And he does. So
it's funny because he's talking about his own wife.
Yeah. But Nick never apologized. And when they rolled that footage, well, I guess that he didn't see that beforehand, but I wish someone would have called him or that he would have, like, came forth and apologized for that.
You want to know something else I clocked?
What?
That I just thought of? When they asked Whitney if she saw a future, did you see how she had to look to Kenny for validation again before answering that question? And she said as an answer, "We've talked about engagement." I'm like, Andy,
they're gonna do it next season.
Yeah, but no, but
it.
Andy asked her what she saw in the future, and she saw that they had talked about engagement. Like, I'm like, I don't. You didn't answer the question. You danced around it. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's fake. I feel like it's for the show. It's for fame.
All for the show. Just like Kyle engaged or proposed to Amanda. It's going to be that whole thing just for a storyline. And so people stop talking negatively about their relationship and see how great they are together.
I'm going to end this with one question, but first I feel like we should name a messy queen of the episode. Ooh. And I know who I think it is, but I want to hear who you think it is.
Oh, I need time to think. I'm thinking.
Do you want to hear who I think it is?
Yes.
I think it's Whitney. And I think it should have been Whitney several episodes ago. I think we were judging Gavin a little hard. And like I said, and I've never called you a liar. I never said you were wrong. I just thought your delivery was messy. But I think Whitney is messy. I think the gaslit apology. I think the way she tripled down and then backtracked. I think the fact that you were on The Bachelor and that was supposed to get by us, and it did for a while, or I would have eaten you alive a lot sooner. I think there's a lot about Whitney that was messy and calculated. That's my pick.
Oh, man. See, that's a good pick. I'm between Whitney and Amanda.
Oh, that bitch is always messy.
I know.
God. She actually looked more put together today than she's done in 12 years or 11 years.
She actually looked like she got off the beta blockers long enough to do the episode.
At least, yeah, she was here.
At least she's taking some notes and hearing some criticism. You know what I mean? Like,
too little, too late.
When you tell people do better, rarely do they try. So that's good to hear. All right, you win. Whitney it is.
And who do you think was giving the most glam? Our house of glam.
I will have to say that goes to Georgina for me this episode.
Yeah, she was giving, you know what I realized? She looks like Miley Cyrus.
Oh, I can see that.
And I was like, oh, wow. Interesting. Like, new era Miley, too, with the blonde and the bangs.
And kind of like Rachel's out.
Yes. All fab. All fab. Okay, yeah.
A triple Virgo.
Makes sense.
A Virgo stylist wannabe.
Virgo wannabe stylist.
Yes.
Didn't we introduce a new award? Was it our Slay?
Our Slay Award.
Who slayed?
Who slayed today? It's gotta be.
Well, wasn't Yvonne in that see-through dress that did not go with her color story? Nope. It wasn't.
She was slayed.
Yeah.
I didn't really see any of the men. Like Andres, I'm sorry, I didn't see what you were wearing. I didn't see the dudes, just all faded away, except for maybe Kyle, but I don't remember.
Lexi looked good, but I didn't get enough of her in the episode to care.
So that she didn't have to show off her bump. I didn't like that.
I think Lindsay slayed by default.
Yeah, let's give it to Lindsay. Lindsay and Georgina. Georgina, glam. Lindsay, slay.
All right, so I'm going to end you off with one question here. Do you feel like Lindsay collects apologies like souls?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Is that an insult? Like, is it her fault that people have to apologize to her for being cunts?
No, that means she holds people accountable.
Right. I mean,
Souls? Why does it take away someone's soul to say to apologize? Like, get over your pride, man. That's the sign of narcissism.
I'm getting the Mariah Carey, Eminem obsessed. Like, why are you so obsessed with Linz? Like,
why are you so obsessed with Linz?
Thank you. Yeah, I need Kenny to get his head out of his ass because you may have got the soundbite of the episode, but it didn't land with me. Yeah. All right, well.
So sail away.
Yeah. I guess we get one more week of In the City. They got 11 episodes for our first season. Good for you guys. Good for you.
Yes. All right. Well.
All right, guys. As always, thanks for listening to Reality in 5D with Matt
Courtney.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye.